Hello everybody, and welcome back to another day here in the Danger Zone.
DGW Danger Zone Podcast is now.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Jeffery Curtis here with the second edition of DGW Danger Zone Podcast, here with the DGW World Heavyweight Champion, Big Mac.
What's up, DGW fans?
Alright, well, Big Mac, I have a lot of questions, actually. I think you've read over most of them. Alright, you want to go ahead and get started with these questions, or do you want to say something to these fans first?
No, I don't know, man. I'm just ready to get this started.
Alright,
anticipate.
Yeah. Alright, the first question I got is, what made you want to become a backyard wrestler?
It started like, it was me, Simon Mack, and RAT. We were just watching stuff on YouTube, and we were just like thinking each other, like, man, we can do this. This is easy. And Simon, he used to do it with his brothers, so we just started like, man, it'd be cool if we just make it bigger than what it used to be. So, and I think we did pretty well in it. So that's what made it got fun and say, hey, we can actually do this. So that's how it got started.
Yeah. And the second question is, what professional wrestler did you look up to?
If I can pick the top one, it'd probably be Shawn Michaels.
HBK.
Yeah, it's a showstopper.
Yeah. Alright, and then, what DGW superstar are you closest to?
Oh. I got a couple I'm close to. I'm close with Simon Mack, RAT, Talladega, John Bright, all those cats. I'm close with all of them because I work with them a lot, so I'm close with them.
Yeah. I think it's cool that you tell me who you're closest to, but on camera, you guys are like major enemies, right?
Yeah.
And then,
it's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it's like behind the scenes. How old were you when you started backyard wrestling?
When we started backyard wrestling, I was like, I was 14, but we didn't start recording and put it in on YouTube until like I was 15. So yeah, a whole year later.
And how old are you now?
I'm be turning 17 in 6 days.
Alright, so that means about a year ago you started you started DGW, right?
About a year and a half ago, yeah, about around that time, so.
Alright.
Yeah.
And I'll go ahead and wish you an early birthday, since I probably won't be, since this podcast, we won't be doing another podcast for another month. Who is next in line for your DGW World title?
Well, C-Lock, as you DGW fans and viewers watched, I called out OB, and I said he can have a title shot, but it seems like Brad wants a title shot, so I don't know, something might be in the works from there, so we'll just have to wait and see. It's between OB and Brad.
Yeah, Bradshaw is actually in one of my upcoming questions, so I'll get to him later. Do you watch other backyard wrestling organizations and learn things off of them?
Nah, not really. I don't really watch. That's more of Simon Max and John Bryson's thing. I don't really watch them, really.
Yeah, and then who is your favorite DGW superstar to work with?
Hey, that is pretty tough. I would have to. Well, let me say this: each star brings something to the table, so it'll be cool to work. It's cool to work with every last one of them because they bring something different to the table. So it gives me a challenge to work with them and help them get better. But if I can pick a top tier person, it'll probably be RAT, JTM, and or Simon Max between those three.
So, pretty much, the Grove Mafia, or
Yeah, it's about them.
JTM, but Talladega, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I kind of got those two mixed up for a second. Didn't mean to. How did you react when they told you that you were going to be winning the DGW World Title?
I was pretty. I was excited, kind of. I got to work with JTM, so I thought it pretty cool to work with JTM, the self-proclaimed the greatest, since he's like the legend, the living legend in DGW. So to find out I'll have to face him for the title, I was pretty amped.
And JTM's face paint, though, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yeah, he does that himself.
I think it looks pretty good.
It does.
And do you plan on going? Okay, last podcast I did with Simon Mack, he said that in about a year he's going to go train at Wildcat Sports. Do you plan on going to Wildcat Sports with Simon when he goes?
No, I'm going to play football at Ole Miss. Yeah.
Oh, so you're gonna grow up to be a football player?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. How did you feel when the Grove Mafia defeated your faction of dominance at Battle for the Briefcase?
How did I feel? I was like, well, you can't win them all, so I was mad at first when we lost, but what really ticked me off is when after the match, OB came and turned his back on me. That's what ticked me off. It's not so much we lost, but it was the stuff that happened after the match.
So, did that match pretty much break up the faction of dominance?
Yeah, that match not so much, but when OB on me, that's what broke it up right there.
So, you're kind of like a solo competitor right now.
Yeah, I am indeed a solo competitor.
Alright. And, how did you come up with your in-ring name?
I actually didn't come up with my in-ring name because my last name is Mac Williams, so we was contemplating on what I'm going to use, and I'm the biggest one, so there was just like, they said first it was Big Black, because that's what they, off screen, that's what they call me, is Big Black, because that's my name. That's a nickname, so to speak, but I said I was going to go with that, but JTM, I think it was him,
What was that? You kind of glitched out there.
Make fun of me for a while, so I said, do Big Black. But when I came out, he accidentally said Big Mac, and I just went with it ever since.
Now, I got confused. I didn't know if it was Big Black or Big Mac, because on your Instagram it is Big Black. And so I was kind of confused. I didn't know if I was like hearing them wrong, but I guess they were calling you Big Mac. And
yeah,
are you related to anyone in DGW?
Nah, I'm not. Nah, I'm not related to any one of them.
I know that Simon is related to JTM, correct?
Yeah, he's related to him.
Yeah, I didn't know there was like a family in there until last podcast. What do you have to say in return to Bradshaw when Bradshaw cut a promo?
I just seen it as monkey see, monkey do. He saw OB coming for my title, and now he wants a title shot, but he has to get mine. He has to know his place. So, if he wants a title shot, he's gonna have to earn it. He just said he's coming forward, and it's all talk. He's gonna have to show me.
I know there's a lot of twists in DGW right now. Bradshaw just randomly cutting a promo. OB coming out there and O-bombing you, and Simon Mack taking the briefcase away from RAT. And all of this eventually leads to your title, with the briefcase cashing it in, Bradshaw wanting a match, and OB, I guess, sending a message.
Well, that's the price you have to pay when you're the best, when you're the champion, really. But I'm willing to take on any challenge, really, from any wrestler, because I will prevail in the end, because I am the most dominant force. I'm the best in DGW. Been champion for nearly 6 months now.
And speaking of the most dominant, that is what you said, correct?
Yeah.
Your theme song. Your theme song's really catchy, and I'm just wanting to know what it is.
Oh, it's Homicide by Kevin Gates.
Homicide by Kevin Gates.
Yeah.
I don't even know who Kevin Gates is, honestly.
Yeah, Kevin Gates is big in Louisiana down here. He's pretty big down here.
Okay. And what is the name of DGW's next big show?
To be honest, I really don't know. I have no idea what it's called. We're still in the workings on what it's going to be called. Oh, well, actually, no. I think it's Spring Break Finale, if I'm correct. I think it's the Spring Break Special and the Spring Break Finale. So I think that'll be taking place in sometime in April or late March, somewhere around there.
And do you know what your part will be in the show?
I'm hoping it's against OB, because I need to get my hands on OB.
Have you not gotten your hands on OB since he O-bombed you?
Well, I haven't gotten my hands on him because he's been running away from me. He's been hiding, and Chris Jones has something to do with it. So I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
Chris Jones, isn't that your general manager?
Yes, he is indeed the general manager.
And about his neck injury, is it like a permanent thing that he won't be able to compete again, or is he just letting it rest?
I think you have to take that up with him. I think it's a permanent thing. He wants to take it easy now because he's been injured in the past, and so I think he wants to be safe, and he doesn't want to cause any more injury to his neck, because the neck injury is pretty big. So
yeah. And how often do you guys practice for DGW?
Really, like, any chance we can. So, like, it'll usually be on Friday, some Saturdays and Sundays. We'll practice before we have a match, before we have shows. We'll practice. Just practice for a good, solid, like, hour or so of what we're going to do. And that's it. Then start rolling the camera, and then magic starts working right there.
So, do you guys, like, record shows every time you guys get together? Because sometimes I notice, like, your shows aren't posted until, like, in the middle of the week. And then some of them are out on the weekends. Like, I don't know. Is it just, like, whenever you guys get together?
It's usually on the weekends, but sometimes, like, the people who record they're a little late, so it sometimes posted in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
So they have to edit the videos and all that. So yeah, it's usually on the weekends, and if we have days off, then it'll rarely be during the weekday.
All right, and your audience. I want to talk a little bit about your audience. Are you guys hoping to get more fans to show up to your shows, or are you guys all right with the numbers you have now?
It would be nice to get more audience. It would be that's our main goal, is to attract more audiences, to get us more popular.
Yeah.
You know, but if that doesn't work out, we're still going to be doing this because it's what we love to do. We like to wrestle. We like to entertain.
Do you think there's ever going to be an end and into DGW?
I would hope not. I wouldn't hope. I hope not. So I'll just leave it on there.
All right, and I was gonna talk about the minor superstars here for a little bit. Is there any like minor superstars that are in DGW right now that you think deserve a push?
Do I think deserve a push? Um, would you consider John Bryson being a minor, or would you consider him pretty major?
I don't know. He's been major before. I don't know if he's. I think he's minor right now.
Well, John Bryson, he's on his way up there. I would have to say. Redneck, he's trying to make his way back up to the top like he once was. And Elevated Door, I want to see him get a title shot. He hasn't been given that yet.
All right, and do you think there's another superstar in DGW that would be worthy enough to hold the DGW World Heavyweight title?
For right now, with things looking at it, it'll probably be RAT or Talladega. Like, we're talking like new superstars who's never held the gold, right?
Yeah.
The major prize. Yeah, I would have to say Talladega, RAT.
I'm surprised.
Maybe Bradshaw.
I'm surprised neither one of those competitors have held the DGW World title, knowing how good they are in the ring.
Yeah, they've been their main goal was really the Crossfire title. Really, that's what they usually go after. But seems like they have their eyes on my title now. So
yeah. All right, and I was gonna ask you a question. What is your worst injury you've had in DGW?
My worst injury wasn't it didn't take place in DGW, but it affected, like, it took time off. It was when I fractured my ankle. It was like last January I fractured my ankle, and that was during the reconstruction time when we stopped posting to build the ring and stuff. Yeah, I fractured my ankle. It was during, like, I was exercising, doing hurdle mobilities and stuff, and I fractured it, and I was out for a good 4 months, and I came back during the spring break finale, so to win the Crossfire title.
Okay, so you made your big return.
Yeah, and when I came back, that's when I turned on Simon Mack. So that's what kicked me off as being a heel.
Now, do you like Simon Mack's new heel gimmick he has?
Yeah, I guess you'd say I'd like it. I mean, it's gonna take him somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it got him. It's kind of sleazy though, so.
And what's your best career highlight?
It's probably when I won the DGW World title. From JTM.
Yeah.
And then, if I can have a close second, it'll be winning the first ever Riot Royale.
What was that?
Winning the first ever Riot Royale.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And I have another question. Would you rather be a heel or a face? Which one do you prefer?
Let's put it this way. When I was a face, I wrestled more as a heel than a face, and I kind of like it when people comment like, Big Mac needs to be stopped, and I just like being the bad guy. I like having people criticize me and coming after the title and trying to take me out. I'm the big bad wolf. So I'd have to say I like being a heel the best.
You can like smack talk all the fans and whatnot.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I like to smack talk.
Yeah. All right, and I don't know if I'm like supposed to get into this. I know a lot of other wrestling organizations have gotten into this, but your guys' script writing. Do you guys get together as one and come up with a bunch of ideas, or is there one certain person that does all of it?
It'll usually be Simon's father and Curtis Love, and sometimes me and Simon will pitch in since Jordan too with JTM. We would pitch storyline ideas and stuff, and we'll see which one works best.
All right, and so this all DGW takes place. The Danger Zone is in Simon Mack's backyard, right?
Yeah.
And him going through a flaming table, a lot of other things happening, like where Chris Jones almost broke his neck, I don't know really what happened. All these other injuries, has that affected, like, have his parents gotten mad at that? Do you think his parents are that way?
Well, I wouldn't say his father. His father is a huge wrestling fan, but his mom watches us every now and then. She there's only so much she could take, so I think she was seldomly cool with it, with the fire and Chris Jones hurting his neck. As long as it's not her baby boy getting hurt, Simon Mack, then she's fine with it.
And I was on you guys' Instagram because, I try to do my research about you guys. And I noticed you guys pull a lot of pranks on each other.
Oh, yeah. We've been doing that for a long time. Like, it was first me, Simon, Redneck. It was those four, like, we met up in 7th grade. But Talon and Bryce, they didn't join our clique, so to speak, until right when we started DGW on, like, last year, 2013. Well, not last year. Well, 2013. That's when the clique really started. Like, when we had everybody, But yeah, we like to have fun. We pull a lot of pranks. We're childish, mean.
And I saw this one video. I don't remember if it was John Bryson or if it was RAT, but they were walking up the steps, and someone, like, punched him right in the face. And in the description, he stated that he just woke up and decided to post this video on Instagram.
Yeah, I think it was Talon who took RAT's phone, and RAT, he was walking upstairs, and JTM just punched him, just knocked his jaw straight. It was pretty funny.
And then Simon Mack lit his hand on fire and punched you, I believe, in the face.
Yeah, that was. To this day, I'm still like, why did I do that? We were just being idiots, really.
How did that work out?
To be honest, it wasn't the flames that hurt. It was when he punched me and he just kept trying to get the fire out by punching me. That's when I was like, all right, dude, chill out. He just kept hitting me with it, but the fire, I don't know if that hurt his hand, but it didn't. The fire had no effect on me.
Yeah, and speaking of, like, you wanting, like, Simon to, like, chill out, have you gotten into, like, a serious argument with any of the DGW superstars on camera?
On camera, let's see. I really don't think I have, really.
Like, to where it's like, it's not scripted, but, like, it just, you guys just really got mad at each other on camera.
No, I don't think we ever. I don't think, because we know if we hit, let's say, like, we hit each other, like, a little bit way too hard, we'd know it was an accident, really.
Yeah.
But we haven't really gotten mad at each other on camera before.
And then, like, I was just wondering, I asked that question because I saw, I believe it was RAT you were on one side of it, leaning over this black bar thing, and he jumped on the other side. And it looked like it was very painful, and I didn't know if you got mad at that during the match or.
Well, the funny thing is, I pitched that idea for him to do that to me. So I had no reason to get mad because I'm the one who pitched that idea for him to do. So.
Do you guys choose your own like punishments in the match, or like when Simon gets slammed on light tubes, or when that happened to you with a like bar, or like I don't know, just random things like that? Like, do you guys come up with that, or do your opponents come up with that?
Really, we don't come up with it to see like, alright, we're gonna do this to make you inflict pain. We do both. Like, it takes two. Like, we both choose what we're gonna do, but it's overall to like see what will get the fans, the people that watch us, hype. See what's gonna catch their eye. See what's gonna get us a lot of views. So we mainly do stuff like that to please the fans. So that's what it's everyone who's participating in the match that decides what we're gonna do.
And did you guys get rid of the trampolines to like get more like publicity?
Yeah, and we felt that we can get more legit. The real wrestling, it wouldn't look real if we stayed on a trampoline. But you see us, we still get on the trampoline to do high risk moves. So it's not completely out of the equation.
And let me ask you this. You falling flat on your back on the mat, how painful is that?
It's pretty painful. That stuff hurts. That stuff really does hurt. I think it's harder than an actual ring, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think people understand that, like, just falling on your back hurts a lot.
Yeah, it does. Like, it'll take some toes to you. Like, it'll be some days where we just wake up and like, man, I don't feel like doing DGW today, but you gotta get through it. Yeah, so that stuff is painful. When people say it's fake, well, it comes with bumps and bruises, so that's not fake. So
yeah. All right, do you have anything else to add? We're about 30 minutes into this, and that's about all the time we got.
Oh yeah, some fans they think it's reversed. Some of the fans they think Simon Mack and the Once Grove Mafia was heel, and I was face. Let me straighten that out. I'm the one that's heel. And yeah, that's all I have to say. And yep, I'm the most dominant force in DGW, and I will stay champion forever. And I'm the best, better than Simon Mack, better than Talladega, better than RAT, better than JTM, better than anybody in the back. And if you got a problem with it, come out and show it to me.
All right.
That's all I have to say.
One last thing. With Simon turning heel on the Grove Mafia, and you already being heel, would you guys ever, like, work together in a team, or would you guys just, like, work separately?
Well, that comes in time, because I'm not sure, really, because I'm dealing with OB and Bradshaw, and he's dealing with Talladega and Simon Mack, so, like my old friend John Bryson said, you just gonna have to wait for it. And so was I.
Is there a way we can get those custom T-shirts? Like, are you guys gonna sell those sometime soon?
I don't know. Like, if people, for a lot more people comment and on our video saying, "Can I get a shirt?" And we'll gladly try to look into doing that, making these shirts, because we only have one, and that's for that wrestler. So if enough people say they want a shirt, we'll be gladly to make a lot more and merchandise it.
I'd get one of each superstars because they all look pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, well that's
Thank
all.
you.
No problem. All right, that's all the time we got right now. It's been fun doing this podcast.
It's been a pleasure having me. It's been a pleasure answering your questions.
All right, well, thank you for being on here.
Thank you for having me.